Hello students, welcome to your computer classroom. So I hope all of you are doing good. In the previous classes we have started our chapter 5 that is about HTML. So in that we were discussing about the various input methods and how to use the form. So today we will continue with the same. So in the earlier class we have seen the different input control. For that we can use the text boxes, text area, then password. So these were the different inputs which can be given in any of the HTML form, and the different attributes of these are the size and max length, which will give you the maximum length of the input field or the number of characters that can be displayed, that can be written in these text boxes. Clear? And password, we were talking about that whatever the password we want to enter, so they will be written in the form of star or the dark circles. Clear? So this way the password box will hide your data which is important. So this way this will you can say the sensitive information like the password, some card number, ATM card number or credit card number. So these type of informations can be written in using these password boxes. Also the password itself can be written in these boxes. So and then we have seen these various radio control checkbox and select control options. So these were all the various ways which can control the input by a user in a form. Reset and submit button we were talking about, that the reset button will you can say it will erase all the contents which you have filled in the form, and it will give you a blank form so that you can re-enter the information. And submit button in any of the form, after completion of the details which are required in the form, we can use the submit button to send the information to the server or whatever is the step method which is attached with the that instruction that can be done. Clear? Now today we are going to see how we can set up the form and what are the different tags which we will talk about. So let us see. So first is setting up a form. So you must set up a form before you add information to the form. To set up a form we need to specify two important information, that is method and action property of the form tag. Clear? So in the form we have two important things, that is method and action. We will talk about these one by one. So method is, there are two ways using which you can specify the methods in the form, and action is the submit button which we were talking about. So after you click on the submit button or there is reset button, so these action can be specified in these action attribute. Clear? So these are the two important part of the form, that is method and action. And these if we see the program, example of this program, here we can see that we have right now we have the form tag, and in this form tag whatever the method we are using, that method we have specified. Then action is whatever, if you want to send the information to the server or to mail something, so these can be attached with the submit or reset button using the action. Clear? So in this form these two attributes, method and action, are the important things which we must mention before writing the form details, and the various input method or whatever is the required step which is going to be used in the form, that would be written. Clear? So first comes the method. So method is the two you can say the two method which we use in these forms are get and post. So get, if we talk about, let us read this first and then I will explain. So get, if the method property of the form is set to get, then the data in the form is given to the form processor in the form of an environment variable, whatever the string which is there, clear, in the get method, that will be you can say that will be given to the form processor. And if no method property is given in the form tag, then by default it is set to get, clear. So here, if here we have the two methods, if we write post or get, that can be done, but if you don't specify any method, so by default it will assume to use the get method, clear. So either we specify any of these get or post method, or by default it will assume it as a get. So the default property of this get method in the form tag is get. And post is if the method in if the method property of the form is set to post, then the data in the form is given to the form processor as the standard input of the program. Okay, now see what is the meaning of this get and post method. If we come to a new screen, let us erase this first. So here is the basic meaning of get and post method. So actually get is when we are fetching some information from any of these you can say any of the server, clear. So get method is used for getting any information from a server. So you can see here also that get is used to request data from a specified resource. So suppose you are a user and uh, you are requesting any information from any of the server, clear. So you will use the get method and request the information from the server, and the server will return and give you the user details, whatever the information you want, clear. So for that we use the get method. By the name also you can relate that get is used to request a data from a source, that can be any web server or any other resource which you are using. Your computer also can be used for using fetching the information in the web page, whatever the information you want. So the resource where you are requesting the information from, so for that we will use the get method. And what is post method? Post method is used to send data to a server or create or update a resource, clear. So whatever the information, if there is if you are using a form, so in that we will get the information from different users, the different inputs which is being given. So when you click on the submit button, or whatever the information you are using in the method, so for that, whatever, if you'll use the post method, it will upload the information, or if it will you can say update the information in any of the resource. It can be any web server or any other resource, the database if it is. So the information will be updated or saved in those places, those resources, clear. So for that we use the post method, clear. So this is the basic difference between get and post method. Get is used for requesting data and post is used for sending the data or uploading the data, clear. Now come again to the book. So here we were talking about the same get and post method. Then the next is action property, clear. So action is where we mention whatever the step which is the processor will do for submitting the page or for uploading the information using submit or reset button. So that is the action attribute of the form tab, clear. And here you can see if we read it further, if we like to receive the email. So here in this example which we are discussing, we are talking about the form tag, and in the action property we are mailing this information. So we can mail this information to any of the email ID which we want to specify. So if we like to receive the email without an attachment in a text form, So then in the form tag type, enc type is equal to, that is the enclosure type is equal to text or plain. Clear? So this is the attribute which we are mentioning in the action, that this attachment, there is no attachment in this form. So whatever the mail it is sending the information to, there will be no attachment. So for that we need to specify this attribute in the action, or in the action in the form tag with the action attribute. So here it is, the ins type is text plain. Clear? So this is the uh, required feature for this if we don't want to attach any information. Now if we see what are the steps and what are the information which is given in the form tag, we can read each of these one by one. So first you can see the HTML is the tag for the basic tag for writing the HTML. Then head and body are the two parts of the HTML pages which we design, and in the head whatever the title we want to specify, that can be written. So this form tag will be written in the body tag. You can see here that form we are writing in the body tag, and in the form we are using both the method and action. So by default here, if we don't mention the method like post or get, so by default it will take get. Clear? We have just seen also that when we don't mention the method, by default the property is set to get. Clear? And in the action, whatever the step which the processor, you can say the browser will take, there are some gateways. In the book also we have discussed about the CGI script. Here we can see in the method, let me show you. So method property tells the form how to transfer the data to the form processor, which is your CGI script or your email address. We can assign either of the two values to the method property. Clear? That way, that get and post. So these are the form processor, that is the CGI script, which will function according to the, if you are submitting the data to the server or you are sending to the email address. So if I show you what are the CGI script, CGI script is basically, here you can see also. So CGI is the common gateway interface. Clear? So this is something which we are talking about. So here is the web browser where we are writing our form, where we are requesting. So these are the HTTP request or HTTP response, that is the get and post method which we are talking about. Then the server information will use the database with these CGI gateway. Clear? So there is a CGI program, that is the common gateway interface, so using which the information can be stored in the database or can also be obtained using the CGI programs in the form of query result from the database. Clear? So this is about the CGI, that is common gateway interface. You can understand that interface is a way of interaction. Clear? So this way the web browser or the web page where you are giving the information, that is interacting with the server with as well as with the databases. Clear? So this is the concept of CGI. Let us come again to the book. So here again, when we are mentioning this email address or whatever the step in the action, the similar information will be processed by these processors, the web processor or the web browser, you can we can say. So first is type the form method, that is post, where you want the form to appear on your web page. Clear? So this is the method, and after method give a space and write the action. So whatever the action we want to, we can write that action. So these are the attributes action. Then whatever the value which we are writing means the information which we are writing, that is being written in the double quotes with the equal to sign. So that is the location of the CGI script on the web server that will process the information submitted by the form. Clear? So this can be any CGI script if we are using the any method for saving the data to the database, or here as you can see we are using the mail to. So this mail to will get the information to the email address, and we were talking about that if we want the email to be sent without any attachment, without any enclosure, for that we use the enclosure type, and then we will specify the text plain. Clear? And after that close this form with the this form tag. So this was the basic layout of any of the form using the get or post method and the action which we want to specify in the form. Now let us see example of this and create few of the input which we are talking about. So first is creating a text box. So creating a text box which we were talking about if you want to enter any information. So here is the HTML tag, then head and title. So this was the part of the head, the title which we write, that will be visible at the top of the, you can say, the tab in the browser, whatever the title which we are mentioning here. Then in the body tag, this is the heading that provide the following information. Let me change the color. So here we were talking about the heading tag where we are writing that please provide the following information. Whatever the text you want to write, we can write in these heading tags. The same will be visible at the top of the form in your web page. Then in the form tag we have mentioned the method and the action. So method is here post, and the action is whatever the email ID you want to mention, that information will be sent on that email address. Clear? Then the text box is whatever the message you want to mention, that will be written in the paragraph text. Then the input type, here it is we are mentioning the type, input type, that is the text box. So we have written text. Then the name of that text box, whatever the name you want to mention. Clear? So this can be written with the name attribute. Then the size and max length. Clear? So this is the width of the text box, and the maximum length is the number of characters that can be taken input in this text box. So if I show you, I have written the same program here. Let me erase this. So here you can see first is the HTML tag, and in the heading tag we have mentioned the title of this. Then in the body, whatever the heading you want to write, we can write at the in the heading tag. So the same information will be printed on the web page. Then form method is the post, and action, in the action whatever the email address you want to mention, you can mention your own email address. So suppose your name is Aman, you can write aman@, whatever is the domain name of the email server. So here I have written example aman@gmail.com. Clear? So this way you can mention the email address where you want the information to be submitted. So this is the action. Then whatever the input type we are going to take, so here we are talking about the text box. So write the enter your name, this is the information which will be written before that, and then the input type, that is the text box, then the name of that text box is whatever you can write. Clear? Then the size and max length, and then close the all these tags which we have opened, that is the form. Here we have started the form tag, close the form tag, then the body is closed, and HTML is the outermost. So you know already how to run this program. Whatever the program we want to write, we can write in any of the text editor. So this is the notepad editor we have written, and then what we have to do, we have to save this program in the HTML extension. So click on the save button. So already it is saved. Let me use the save as button. So whatever, suppose I want to write the name text box, so write text box then .html. Clear? And in this way, you can choose the place where you want to save your program from the different directories. So don't forget to write .html with the file name. Clear? So we are saving right now on the desktop. Click on the save button. So already as it was saved, it is asking do you want to replace it. Click on the yes button. Now if we come to the desktop, so let us come to the desktop once again. So here it is the you can see the file which is the text box, and whatever the browser you want to open with, you can use any of these. So if I double click on this, it will open the information in the web browser. So here you can see, if I zoom in, so this was the text which I have written with the heading tag. Let us open the program along with this. Clear? So we can see the both the informations together. So this was our program, and in the top we have mentioned with the heading tag that please provide the following information. The same is visible here, and you can see whatever the title which you have written, like creating text box, the same title is appearing in the browser tab. So here at the top it is writing creating text box. Clear? So the title appear at the top of your web page in the tab. Clear? And here is the method, that is form and action. So this action will be taken when you use the whatever the submit sorry, whatever the submit button or the action which you want to use. So that is the method and action. So right now we are talking about the text box. So here we have written the same. So enter your name is the text which we have written first. So the same is appearing before this text box. Clear? So with the text box, whatever the information you want to get before that, we can mention that. Then in the input type, as it is a text box, we need to specify the input type. So it can be text box, text area. Then we will see the other like the radio buttons. So here we can mention those input types. Clear? Then the name of this text box, each of these elements which we use in the HTML, we can give a name. Why we are using the name? Using these names of these text boxes, we can modify, we can change the, you can say the size, the different other things we will see further. So the different modification can be done. We can also add, if there is any numerical value, you can add these values and get this printed in the third box. Clear? So these were all the, you can say, the use of writing the names of these elements. Then the size and maximum length, the you can change and also see what will be the application of this. So if I change this size to 10 suppose, so and I save this, so you can press Ctrl S. So after doing any of these changes, what you have to do, we have to refresh this web page. So if I refresh this, you can see the size of this text box is reduced. Clear? So this is the size which is appearing on this web page, and maximum length is the number of characters which can be written in this text box. I hope this is clear. So size is mentioning the size of this text box, and maximum length is 20. So here if we write something in this text box, so we can continue writing. So right now as it is name, so suppose there is some name, long name, we can write Aman Kumar Prajapati, we can write something like that. So if we continue writing, so you can see after a certain, after it is completing the maximum length, if it is more than 20 characters, then it will not take the input further, and the remaining characters which is hidden, so that is why we sometimes increase the size of that, so that all the information can appear on the screen. Clear? So that is why we were writing the sizes 30. Clear? So do the change, press Ctrl plus S, and then refresh this page once. So here you can see I have written this, enter your name. So whatever the maximum length and size, this is the difference. Size is the size of this text box and maximum length is the number of characters. Clear? So I hope this is clear. Then if we come to the book once again, let us come to the book. So here we have seen how to create a text box. The same is step by step, it is here available. So whatever the input type, we can write this in the input type, that right now it is text, then name, describe the name of the text box, then each of these are separated with the spaces. Clear? So these are the important things while you are writing this. Then the width of the text box is specified with the size, and maximum length is the maximum number of characters that is allowed. Clear? Then we close this paragraph, tag with the closing bracket. So this way the text box appear here. Now let us read this, the default value to a text box. So by default here when we have written this, so earlier it was blank. If you want to mention any default value, so that can be done also. Let us see how we can do that. So a default text value appears in the text box when the user views the form. So you can use default value to display instruction about the type of data required, give users an example of the data you are looking for, or show a popular choice or response. Clear? So if you want that some text appear inside this box, clear? So right now as it is written, enter your name before, the person can understand that here he have to enter the name. So maybe if there is some box where it is not written before that, or the example of that we can write. Clear? So this way, or if you want to mention any default value, this can be done using these default attribute. We will see now. So to specify a default, you can add the value attribute to the input tag. So we have used the input tag in our example also. So with the input tag, the you can see the input type is text and the name is email. Clear? So suppose you want the email of that, so the value here we can use a value attribute with that enter your email address. So suppose we want to use this in our case. So here is the program which we have written. So in the input type we have written text, then the name of that we have written, that is the name of the text box. So now we can mention here any default value. So suppose we want that the person should enter the email address, so write here also enter your email if you want. So mention here something similar to that and use the value attribute. So if I enlarge it, so here is the name, that is the name of this text box, and then the value. So mention this value, then equal to, so here whatever the, let me enlarge it. So here in the value you can write enter your email. Okay, so this is the value you have mentioned, and then close this. Okay, now save this and come to the web page where we are running the information. So if I refresh this page, you can see here it is appearing, enter your email, and right now there was some default value. So let me check once again in the book. Here was the value attribute where we have mentioned. Okay, so I think we can try to write this with the capital letter also. Okay, then now save it once again and come to the web page and run the program. So here again it is not coming, maybe something is missing here. Input type, that is text, then name, then value. We will see it again further in the coming class. Till then, revise the things which we were talking about. Okay, and in the next class we will continue the password boxes and the other remaining concept, that is text area and various other attributes. Till then, revise the things and let us meet in the next class with the further new topics. Thank you.